3 million pounds on a single mansion, a whopping 28 acres dream house, a crib in one of the most expensive neighborhoods in Dubai. And from there, it only gets crazier. If there's one thing you've gotta love about tennis players, it's that they don't play around when it comes to their homes. These are 6 famous tennis players with the most insane homes ever. First up, we've gotta start with this $1 million penthouse owned by Nick Kyrus at number 6. It turns out that Nick doesn't just spice things up on the court, he also likes to keep it spicy with his cribs. Now, it's fair to say that Nick Kyrus can be a handful when it comes to his bad boy reputation. But if we're being honest, you have to have bad vibes to dislike anything about his super sleek Sydney penthouse. You see, back in 2022, the Australian tennis star reportedly forked out $1.6 million on the penthouse suite, just so he could be near his girlfriend when he's not traveling the world for tournaments. This 3-bedroom, 2-bathroom apartment isn't just your run-of-the-mill penthouse, it's a glass-walled paradise with jaw-dropping city views. And the days when he's not smashing tennis balls, Kyrus can take a dive into the complex's lap pool or work up a sweat in the gym. Nick's penthouse has got not 1, but 2 parking spaces. You know, for all those fabulous cars he's got. And as if that isn't enough, the exclusive complex also has a rooftop wet bar. Because who wouldn't want to sip on a cocktail with a view that's on fire? This place is like their very own love nest. So you can definitely say that the bad boy of tennis is really good at this romance thing, right? But you know what's even better? This gigantic 28-acre property owned by Britain's very own number 1 player, Andy Murray at number 5. Ever since he turned pro in 2005, Andy Murray has racked up more wins than a lot of folks can dream of winning in their entire career. The British tennis player has snatched an impressive 46 singles titles, including 3 Grand Slams, 14 Masters 1000 titles, and 2 Olympic gold medals. That's right, he's basically the superhero of the British tennis scene. Especially after he did the impossible and ended the 77-year-long British Grand Slam drought by snagging the Wimbledon Championships back in 2013. And to top it off, he even spent 41 weeks at the number 1 spot of the ATP ranking back in 2016. This guy is on fire, and he's not done yet, as even in 2023, he's still within the top 40 ATP ranking. Impressive! With all of these achievements, you can bet that the 3-time Grand Slam winner has got a lot going on when it comes to his bank account. I mean, we're talking about a net worth of about $100 million here. Sheesh! So it's no surprise that Andy's home could rival a castle and still come out on top. You see, back in 2016, the British goat whipped out his wallet and bought an entire estate for $5 million. The amazing 28-acre mansion boasts of 6 massive bedrooms, 6 bathrooms, a study, a cinema room, and a tennis court, just to mention a few. Now this is what you call a fortress. And speaking of fortresses, we've got to talk about Serena Williams' crib that not only cost the tennis goat 5.6 million pounds, it was also specially designed by her sister. Serena Williams at number 4. If we're being real, Serena Williams is one of the very few people on Earth that doesn't need an introduction. I mean, the American is by a lot of standards the best female tennis player to ever walk the Earth. Throughout her career, the American won a total of 23 Grand Slams in singles, the most in the Open era. She's got 14 doubles titles, 2 mixed doubles titles, and even managed to bag a career Golden Slam in both singles and doubles. Oh, and she practically set up camp at the number 1 spot of the WTA rankings for a grand total of 319 weeks. And to top it all off, Serena is the highest paid WTA player in prize money, with a total prize money earnings of $94.52 million US. So when Serena opened her doors and gave the world a tour of her mansion, it effortlessly made our jaws drop. You see, after winning the Australian Open while being pregnant back in 2017, Serena decided to celebrate by buying a new crib. But not just any crib, mind you. We're talking about a whopping 6,000 square foot palace that cost about 5.6 million pounds. It's got 5 bedrooms and 6 bathrooms, because who likes to share? The crib also has a kitchen, a walk-in wine cellar, a bar, and a pool to cool off when the LA sun decides to turn up the heat. But Serena wasn't satisfied with just one mansion. Nope. She went out again and got herself another one in Florida, but this time she put her sister Venus in charge of the makeover. I mean, who else do you trust to deck out your crib? This mansion is like something out of a dream. It has one of the most incredible structures with everything you can think of. Ironically, the only thing you won't find in Serena's home is a tennis court. And that's because Serena was very specific about keeping her work and home life separate when she designed the property. Anyways, Serena isn't the only tennis player with an insane real estate collection, because our next player doesn't play around when it comes to his mansions either. Novak Djokovic at number 3. With a record-smashing 24 Grand Slams and 394 weeks as the number 1 player in the ATP ranking, Novak Djokovic arguably has one of the most impressive tennis careers the tennis world has ever seen. And let me tell you, his house collection is just as impressive. The latest addition to his trophy collection is this astonishing £5.3 million Miami Beach crib that he snagged back in 2020. Because, you know, when you're a tennis legend, you need more than just a trophy room. You need a trophy house. This beachfront beauty comes with a jaw-dropping 25-foot wraparound balcony that practically kisses the Atlantic Ocean. And you get bonus views of the bay, a nearby park, and the city. And when it comes to amenities, Djokovic doesn't hold back. It's got not one, but 2 private swimming pools, 3 rooms, and an exclusive underground spa. And to think that this isn't even the most expensive house in his collection. Djokovic also owns a lavish $10 million mansion in Marbella, Spain. This massive house has about 9 bedrooms, 8 bathrooms, a swimming pool, spa, cinema room, tennis court, and a gym. Just like the dream castle of our next player. Rafael Nadal at number 2. When we're talking about Rafael Nadal, there are 2 things you can bet your lucky tennis racket on. First, you better believe that the King of Clay knows how to handle those little tennis balls like nobody's business. And secondly, when it comes to living the high life, Nadal sure knows his onions. And you can see it in everything he owns, especially his home collection. To be fair, when you're worth over $200 million like Nadal, you sure wouldn't be able to help how expensive your taste would become. And for Nadal, it started right after he kicked off his professional career. You see, just 2 years after he turned pro, the Spaniard set his sights on a beachfront property in Puerto Cristo, Mallorca, where he had grown up. So he whipped out his wallet and dropped $5 mil just to get it. But he didn't stop there. He wanted to make it his own. So what did he do? He rolled up his sleeves, got to work, and spent 7 long years renovating the property to make it a true reflection of his unique style and personality. Now, Rafa doesn't just buy fancy houses for the fun of it. He's also a pro at using his fortune to get even more money, like the time he snatched up a 19th century building in Madrid for $30 million. And then teamed up with a group of partners to turn the building into a high-end residential property that would make your jaw drop. Now, I don't know about you, but it's pretty easy to see why anyone would want to start a career in tennis, especially after getting blown away by the magnificence of the real estate collection of Roger Federer at number 1. If we're being honest, Roger Federer has built one of the most impressive brands in sports history, and is the only tennis player ever to reach billionaire status. So when it comes to spending all that cash, you can trust that the Swiss can get just about anything without batting an eyelid. Like dropping $8 million in a day just to get a view of the sea. You see, Roger loves to spend time staring at the sea. So back in 2008, the Swiss superstar set his eyes on a stunning glass mansion just by the side of Lake Zurich. It was everything that he wanted in a house. An amazing view of the lake, a serene neighborhood, everything was just perfect. So Roger immediately whipped out his wallet and dropped $8 million on the spot. That's just insane. But as crazy as it sounds, that is just the beginning. Because in 2014, the Swiss dropped another $16 million to get another crib in one of the most exquisite neighborhoods in Dubai, just so that he wouldn't freeze to death during the winter in Switzerland. The incredible mansion features 5 bedrooms with their own ensuite bathrooms, as well as a powder room in the expansive foyer. And just like his Lake Zurich mansion, this condo also has a captivating view of the Dubai Ocean, just like Federer likes it. And to top off his insane collection, Federer went out again and bought an 8,000 square meter villa very close to the Lenzerheide ski resort for $17 million. And now you know why Federer is our #1 on this list. So there you have it, folks. Which tennis player's house would you like a tour of? Let us know down in the comments. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe to learn more interesting things about your favorite tennis players.